Blogging allows free access to all sorts of insider information. In some things, it's a victory of quantity, perhaps sometimes over quality. And I know about quality because Liberal Democrats are quality, even if we are not quantity. Time would be better spent actually doing something over a problem instead of taking it out on a keyboard. I mean, you know, who the hell I don't know, communication takes many forms. And we do definitely need a diverse form of communication in this place. We have a diverse gender, we have a diverse age, which is brilliant, and I believe we have in the Assembly actually a diverse range of people who've done all kinds of interesting things. How's the time going? Blogging is a technological extension of the newspaper editorial and the replies it initiates. Betsan, obviously, as we well know, is very intelligent and a journalist, and I certainly respect her work. But, argument, blogging gives people the information they should have, which is being kept from them by various groups. I don't know about that. Certain groups in society do have the power. Certainly the media have the power. And unfortunately in Wales now BBC's got the power, because where is ITV? So that could be something else we could be thinking about. But seriously, blogging is more open and honest than newspaper or TV. Who says? Who decides? Bloggers have the ability to edit responses so that only selected responses are posted. What's the difference? Isn't it dubious to say the least, to rattle out your opinion on a blog when you could achieve more by talking face-to-face with someone? And anonymous bloggers are just as bad as anonymous writers of letters in the papers, and there's plenty of those. Blogging allows for freedom of speech. I think it takes away responsibility and accountability, quite frankly, and I will continue to get out and about, press the flesh, keep my feet on the ground, keep sane, and certainly keep a sense of perspective.
Thank you, Eleanor. Follow that then, Beth.
Yes. I've never been asked to speak on behalf of headbangers and nerds before, but I'll do my best. I saw a colleague earlier today who blogs, and I asked him whether he was coming, and he said, look, I've got to do it. It doesn't mean I have to be interested. Slightly disappointing, but no, he isn't here. I'll tell you, for one thing, why blogging is valuable, because in our office, at least, it's become a new and valuable verb. They can just say, oh, go blog, will you? And they know that that's something that I simply have to do. So, okay, to blog or not to blog, I am firmly in the to blog camp, and on this side of the table. First of all, what does that mean? And I'm not planning to do anything in my very short 5 minutes other than talk about my own experience. My BBC blog has never cost the banks 17 billion. No transcripts of interviews with shadow chancellors. Quite a day for the blogs, interesting though they are. I'll stick to what I know. Right, a blog, basic point is any number of things, and to claim it is any one thing and to dismiss it is a big, big mistake. Even an official BBC guideline-encrusted blog, such as my own, is never one thing, even though perhaps some of you, and certainly some of the commentators, I think, seem to think that sometimes it ought to be. So what is it then? Right, says my manager, it is a nuisance with a capital N. They take them quite seriously. People complain about them. They are genuinely quite nervous about blogs. From my point of view, I think that's a very good thing. It can be a message in the bottle. You send something out, who knows who's there, especially in the early days. That's how I used it. It's about breaking a story before the next bulletin. What other way would we have to do that? It is about a graffiti scroll sometimes. It is about the notes you've scrawled down the side of a press release at a press conference that would never otherwise see the light of day. It can be did you hear the one about? It can be what you think about this thought then. It can be a pain. It can be almost the only means by which you can move on the story between one bulletin and the next. Imagine how useful that is for anything but lazy journalists who want to move on the agenda between morning bulletins and lunchtime. A blog is a way to do that. It is a way to elicit a response. It is a way to let people know that you have that story. It's valuable for the comments that it elicits from people. And they may be not that many people. It might be the same people who appear on your blog, and you're constantly trying to persuade more people than ever to leave a comment. Although 90,000 people in a month will read it, you get dozens, sometimes hundreds of comments, but never forget, I certainly wouldn't, the 90,000s. It's enriching. It has closed the gap between print journalism and media journalism in Wales, a gap that I thought was pretty huge. I think that's been a pretty helpful contribution, especially the point Eleanor makes that with the BBC having so much power, as you put it, in Wales, then closing that gap is a pretty healthy thing. But it's wrong to think that it's any one of those things